Hello everyone and welcome to this live trading stream. I hope you are all doing very well. Please give me a quick confirmation in the chat that you can all hear me. Also let me know how's your day going so far. And yeah, today I will be here to go over the markets. We had some extreme volatility actually, starting with a gap up over the night. And then we had London session trending to the upside, BTC hitting major resistance. So yeah, we have definitely some very interesting price action across markets. I will have a look at all of it. And yeah, I already traded quite a bit this morning because for those that are a member of CC, they know that I like to momentum trade when we have these type of days like today where we have a massive impulse to the upside. And then instead of fading the move, I'm just waiting for a low time frame momentum to show up, either to go with the trend or to fade it if we have a opportunity given. So sound is good. Thanks for the confirmation. That's perfect. Sound is good. Sound is good. Sounds great. Sounds perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. So looks like everything is working. And I'm just gonna go over to my main chart here real quick. So I added my PNL for the day down here, so you can see it here. I'm also trying to build that up throughout the stream, obviously. But this is already a very nice pad for the day, and we have to keep in mind that this is still overnight session, right? So NY didn't even open, and I managed to book a few nice profits already. So if we have a look at the 5-minute time frame, that becomes a little bit more obvious here. So right after the open actually, so we can see this is the gap to the upside that we had on NQ. This is a gap of, that's crazy, that's 1000 ticks. And then Asia session has been trending to the upside. This was right at London Open following some trade deals from Mr. Trump, so that was very bullish for the markets. And London session has also been trending to the upside. If I am taking short trades, they are short lasting, so I'm trying to fold these trades pretty quickly, basically going with the strength most of the time. I do think that NY Open is going to be pretty key today, because what we have to think about is that this crazy price action happened overnight, so NY has yet to react to all of this price action, which means that we can expect some increased volatility either to the upside, giving us follow through, or what we have seen many times is that NY wants to test these impulses and then potentially trend to the upside. Okay, so today risk management has to be a key priority for me at least, and I am only looking for momentum trades. So what I actually do every morning is post my daily plan where I am doing analysis on ES, NQ and crypto. If there's volatility, we can see how well that played out over the last couple of weeks. So this, for example, was from one of my stock market updates, gave the high of the day, low of the day. Next day I gave the low, the high of the day, and so on and so forth. But today I actually didn't do that because my focus is going to be momentum trades only, because so technically speaking, this is a very irrational move to the upside. A pump like this is always something we have to take with a pinch of salt, and that's why I don't want to rely on these high time frame levels and rather just scalp trade the lower time frames, which obviously for live trading is amazing. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do here. Also, in preparation for the open, I'm just gonna check if we have another data release today. And yeah, there's no high impact data releases anymore. Something I always have to be aware of these days is a new announcement of President Trump, for example. So what I'm doing is always keep a news feed on the left side of my screen, so if anything happens, I will be aware of that. We actually have an inbuilt financial juice system in our Discord, so for the ones who aren't using that yet, I do recommend to do that. Especially these days, we just have to be aware of these pumps, because otherwise we might get caught off guard by being on the wrong side of the market. So That's something I definitely want to prevent. Let me see. This is still, yeah, that's all good. So, why don't we start off by looking at BTC real quick, and then I will go back to the futures market because I want to trade that at the open. And I might want to place some alerts here on crypto to be aware if something happens there as well. And we have another 25 minutes till NY open, so that's always a good time to prepare ourselves across markets. Something that was very interesting on BTC and pretty much to be expected was this full previous range value rotation. I think I only covered it in one of our streams on the website, but if we look at the simple fixed range tool for this previous range, so what price was doing was retest this previous range value area low. We can see it was reclaimed. Something as a rule for everyone to remember: if we reclaim a range value area low, the next target is always going to be the previous range point of control. We can see how well that played out here. We found some resistance at around this level. If that is reclaimed as well, the next target is a full value rotation, which in this case was a move into $103,000 on BTC. We can see we had an initial minor rejection at this level, ultimately moving into 105,000, where we had a monthly naked point of control, and also clearly some supply building at this area, because we can see there was supply once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. This is now the 8th time. So technically speaking, this market is still bullish. We can't really deny that there is any weakness yet, because in terms of market structure on every single time frame, we are still bullish. Even if we go down to the 4-hour time frame, price is still making higher lows. On the 30-minute time frame, we can check that as well and see price is still making higher lows. So there is no weakness yet. However, the champion members just got a beautiful stream delivered by Daniel, obviously, where he was going through his short trade. So yeah, for the ones who missed that, I definitely recommend to check that out, because interesting times, great opportunities ahead. And I'm also keeping a close eye here on BTC now for the next couple of days. My approach is going to be a little bit more conservative, where I'm looking for a swing trade. And something that I want to see is that price is finally giving us some signs of weakness indicated by a market structure change. So what I'm looking for is for price to take out 102,000. That means we are making a medium-term time frame new low, because I want to see all of these lows to be taken. Okay, this could then be the lower low. I then want to see the higher low being formed, and only if we see another rejection, I'd be interested in a swing short trade on BTC. Unless we do that, I'm going to stay out myself. But this is a scenario that I am interested in. So for the stream, I'm actually going to place an alert for 102,000, because we don't know if volatility is going to pick up. And this is a scenario I'm looking at here. So why am I trading this that conservative? Reason for this is simply that the market is super bullish, and I for myself have already taken one short trade at around $94,000. So this was actually during a live trading stream. I've taken a short trade at this high time frame channel retest. This trade got stopped out. The trend continued on BTC, so I want to be a little bit more conservative on the next one, which is always an approach I'm going to do. If I lose the first short trade, fading a strong trend, I want to see more weakness on the next attempt. So that's that. I can also have a look at a couple of altcoins today, because I put out a post. I'm going to have a look at the comments there to see which altcoins you suggested. So let's have a look. I'm probably going to look at one real quick before I go back to NQ. So let's see. This is where I have done a post here, I think. So let's see. The first comment I can see here from Tierra Extraña, LTC. I'm gonna check LTC. Let's do that then. So going back to this, AVAX with a beautiful move up, gave this long trade for the members. Stop loss pump of 40%, that's not bad. So LTC, now this is Link, this is LTC. So now what can we see here? We did have a nice test of the weekly here. I prepared myself to ladder into a trade on LTC actually, where I wanted to see the retest of this weekly and weekly MPOC and ladder into a trade down to this weekly NPOC at around 70.2. However, we never got this retest, and price instead is simply moving to the upside with strength, which we can see across altcoins actually. So this is a nice, let me see. So something that's very obvious is the resistance that we have right above price. So currently we're trading at $103. The next massive resistance is going to be 108 all the way up to 100 and let's just say 15. Because this is very similar to what we were seeing on BTC. So let's just compare the two. On BTC, we had this previous range value area low, which is always the first resistance if a range is lost. Okay. Then we have to see if we can get the reclaim to target the POC or value area high next. So if we see this on LTC, this is the previous range. This was lost into support. We can see local strength with this move to the upside, but the confluence is fairly strong up here. So we do have an anchored VWAP from this high, which was formed on the 5th of December 24. It's lining up with this CC and the previous range value area low. So if I was already in a long trade, this would 100% be a take profit for me. Else, I'm even looking for a short trade at around this level. So this is a massive level on LTC and my next level of interest. So let's see on the lower time frames, we do have a fresh weekly down here even. So I'm gonna see if there's some confluences to potentially even look for a long trade a little bit higher. Checking this, that is interesting. So this weekly at 85 is also a, oh yeah, that's a very interesting level. We do have this uptrend anchored VWAP lining up with the fresh weekly and this range point of control. So that's going to be very interesting, and my next levels to trade on LTC are definitely this level to the upside. I will only short if I get a bearish reaction. And down here, I'd be interested in a long trade because overall this is a nice sign of strength. Where we are now, I can see a great trade, but this is a level of interest to the upside and to the downside. So all right, yeah, I'm gonna have a look at the chat later, but first I want to cover a couple of altcoins that have been requested on that post, because yeah, first come, first serve, right? So let's go back to NQ real quick. And I'm just gonna flip between what offers opportunities here. I already have quite a few alerts placed. ES is also still very strong. NQ, there's some liquidity building up down here. That's very nice, forming this range here on NQ now. I think the open is gonna be super interesting today. I'm just gonna do a quick analysis of the stocks just to be aware. Just to be aware of what's happening on the bigger stocks, because they also had some nice moves. Keeping an eye on NQ here if there's an opportunity evolving. Yeah, I can see that Apple has a nice gap to the upside as well. Looks beautiful. And a quick reminder here, I mean, let me know in the chat, but who of you caught the lows here on NQ? In my opinion, this was one of the easiest investments one can ever make on NQ. This was into a massive anchored VWAP, into a weekly, just on the full previous year value rotation. For me, there was no doubt that I'm gonna be loading some spot down here, which I always do if the stock market has some corrections. So this, in my opinion, was a prime opportunity to get into a nice investment. And we can see from entry, this is up 26%, and that for the stock market over a period of, what is that, 1 month? That's crazy. So I would say this was one of the best investments that I ever made. Is that, yeah, I had a very quick follow through. So and a comparable altcoin for this was Solana, obviously taking out $100. This, in my opinion, into the massive support that we had down there. Even covered it on a public stream. This was a super easy trade, in my opinion. Something that I would long every single day of the week. And we can check that real quick. Gonna hide this compound here from taking out $100. This is up nearly 80%, so we can't really complain about that. And I would not really short Solana at the moment, so I'm still bullish. This for me is even an interesting project, medium to high time frame or long term, because yeah, I do like Solana. Just gonna do the analysis here in the background real quick. Apple with a very interesting move to the upside. And this, for me at least, if we get these type of retracements on the stock market, that's always a prime opportunity to load a couple. Because it's not very often that these stocks have such a massive discount. Next is Microsoft. Microsoft also still looking super bullish here. And this one, I think in terms of the tech stocks of the Max 7, this is the closest to all-time high, I would almost say. That's nice to see. Okay, I'm just doing that here in the background, by the way, because sometimes it's breaking OBS if I share too many screens at the same time. Previous day value area low. This is an analysis I do every day, but our members know that because we do have strong correlations with the biggest weighted stocks. So it's very repetitive, but important. So Microsoft also done. Next one is NVIDIA, and then I'm gonna have another look at the chat before we get closer to NY Open, which is now only 10 minutes. Let me know in the chat if you've already taken some trades today. If you are up for the day, down for the day. We have this entire week in front of us still, so no need to chase anything, only trading the best opportunities as always. Today, I think there have been quite a few good momentum trades already, which is a gift for Monday, actually. Sometimes we have a very slow London session on Mondays, but today was different. So, NVIDIA also looking good. Taking out $100 was very nice on NVIDIA. So good. Previous week value area. Almost done here. Right. Beautiful. So all analysis done. Okay, just gonna have a look at the chat here. Passed my funded challenge with the Igor NQ trade on Friday. That is amazing. That's great to hear. That's what we are here for. So if you said the last time that you would want to see sweeping the lows on ENA edge, but never went there, then you said you would want to see demands on reclaim for continuation higher. What is your opinion? ENA? I will have a look if I have some time. Those are Sony WX, I don't know, some Sony headphones. No, I was on the screen this entire time. I was just doing the analysis, wasn't able to show all of that. So just showed at ETH. Okay, then let's see, what is Ethereum doing? Still bullish market structure. So Ethereum, SFP up here. See 30-minute time frame. If it was this SFP, fair enough. We have to see how price is reacting to this previous supply zone here. So it's going to be interesting if we lose that supply zone at around 2,530, as that is support currently. Wouldn't be surprised if there's an anchored VWAP as well. Yeah, that's the case. So losing this would be a heads up that we might at least do the full value rotation. Good. And now we only have 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do in preparation for the open is to mark out a couple of supply and demand zones to see if there's something I have to be aware of. There's obviously this one, which is also a single print. So let's see what NY has to say about all of this crazy price action. We also have a statistic that these gaps tend to get filled, but I'm not too sure if that's going to be the case today. Okay, we still have strength. Anchored VWAPs. Be aware of one anchored VWAP from this low. So it's coming in around the daily open. And this one here as well. Okay. Very far away still. We do have this nice demand zone here on NQ. If that's lost, wouldn't be surprised to see the VWAP tested. Okay, that's the daily VWAP more or less. Oh yeah, that was the trade that I gave on Thursday. This was the exact higher low, so this was not bad. And here we go. This is an anchored VWAP to be aware of. In terms of the 30-minute time frame, everything's still bullish. We have an MPOC above on NQ. Also, we are very close to 21,000 on NQ, which is insane, given that we've been trading at like 17,000. What was that again? Very nice move to the upside again. Oh, this screen's not working properly. Let me see. There we are. Let me just see if this is working. Yeah, perfect. Now we have all the screens set up correctly. Igor is also in the chat. Nice. Yeah, Igor already also had a really nice day already. That's amazing. That's the type of days that we love. Bullish candle formation here. Would not seek a short trade. And then we have 3 minutes to go. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. The next resistance will be 21,000 on NQ because we also have a naked TPO level sitting up there. Given this uptrend, obviously it doesn't make sense to be too aggressive on any short trades, but it's something to be aware of, and that is very interesting. If we go to the left screen here real quick, we can see there is an order of 290 contracts on NQ. That is interesting. I'm gonna be curious to see if that is gonna stay there or whether it's gonna be lifted, because we don't see that too often. Of 290 contracts is quite impressive. Let's see what happens down here. And this is going into the open, so we have 1 minute left. It's the daily point of control. Let's see. Because with these orders, we always have to be a little bit careful if those are iceberg orders and get lifted, or if they actually want to get filled down here, which interesting area for that big of a fill, but anyway. Let's see, we're coming into it now. Still here. 15 seconds for the open, and then I'm going to go over to the higher time frames to see how we open and why. Okay, so I'm going to focus now, just trading this if there's an opportunity. And this order is actually filled. That's crazy. All right. NY opens with some selling pressure to step in. Nvidia move up, Apple and Microsoft move down. First level I'm keeping an eye on is local liquidity. Just now. Preferably this. Okay, interesting. This is 800 and 900 negative delta stepping in here. That's a good one. Okay, might have to look for these momentum trades then. We're losing this demand zone here. All right, so this is bearish if that happens. So we only have one level of support, which is the 0.25, this right here. If that does not hold, I expect the view up. Bearish candle formation. Might look for momentum trades here. Getting a nice bounce on Nvidia here. Let's see if this level is going to be reclaimed. Interesting buyback. Looking for a 3 candle here. Might take one off. And keeping the last here. Wow, that's quick. So that was a quick 3 candle trade here. I prefer let's see, this is quite an interesting level. Check this on the 30-minute time frame. This, in my opinion, is the make or break level here. If that's lost, we might go much lower. Wouldn't take another long trade. Looking for the close of this 5-minute candle. If we get a good retest with good candle structure, I might be interested in a short trade. This is going to be a super bearish close, so I'm looking for an open and then retracing higher into 830 to see if I can take a short scalp up there. Might not give us the test up there. Might have to momentum trade this lower. See room in down into the VWAP, but this is not the best range here. Gonna have to wait. See what we're gonna do at 830. So I'm not sure if it's gonna front run the lows here. Okay. Level is tested. Taking a scalp short trade here. Gonna de-risk this because we are still early. First target VWAP. VWAP is lining up with liquidity. I'm taking one off 400 on this. This is nice. ES is almost into the VWAP as well, and we had a massive order sitting down here again. So I'm just trailing this ever so slightly to lock 100 at least on the last contract. Now I'm gonna trail even lower. So this is gonna secure 250. Can check the 5-minute, hitting the big level here. Okay, I'm gonna trail my stop loss a little bit more. Okay, low is taken. That was very probable. Based off this open, our members know exactly why I was looking at short trades there. Super obvious with this candle structure. Prefer to get the view up still. We still have shorts open here. Yeah, trailing more. So this trade still going here, currently sitting at, or it's gonna lock 550 if we bounce here. Oh wow, Nvidia tanked. See if we can maintain 1 minute, one time framing. That's nice, new low. Might trail even more because this is a pretty good P&L for this trade. So 580 is locked. And we're coming into support, so it doesn't make sense to not adjust anything. Coming into a 5-minute close as well. And that's this trade closed. Let's see, this is an interesting place. So the risk is not much if I take a long trade here, even based off a 3 candle type entry. Might look for that. So we have this nice volatility. There's some buying stepping in. I'm gonna give it a try. Aggressive trade following this open, but pretty good on the day, so I can risk it. 5-minute is open. See the 5-minute. Looks good. Might give us at least a minor bounce. Let me know if anyone else took it based off this beautiful 30 candle. I compounded this, taking the was too slow on my end. Taking one off. This is slow time frame scalping here. Nvidia into resistance, so taking those momentum trades only for now. Something I'd still be looking at here is a 5-minute 30 candle, which would be a little bit more strength. Where are we? Up here. This is why we have to take those profits quick. Okay, that's going to be interesting. If we lose this zone, we might have this entire fill in play here. So I'm looking for momentum trades lower. Now I just have to go with quick trades here. Let's see. Not here. Oh, that might be interesting. So I am waiting for bearish closes here because we have all of this to fill on NQ if we start to see weakness. Candle structure is forming bearish here. Next 5-minute close is going to be extremely, extremely important on NQ. Gonna see if we close below here. This is the low time frame previous demand. Looking for scalp short trades if there's a good reaction. We have 1 minute and 20 seconds for this to, potentially trying to reclaim this even. Retest of VWAP just now. $55 seconds for this. Nvidia with the minor bounce. I do really want to take a short trade here. Just giving this a little bit of time. It's trying. That might be a not so bearish close. I don't want to see it close above the VWAP, which it is doing here. So I'm gonna stay out for a little bit. Doesn't want to break here. We got longs defending the view up. Let's see if we get 3 candle formations here. Only then I would attempt the short. So this is now starting to look a little bit more bearish. Still too early. Might get a 3 candle now. I'm attempting this short trade here. See if we can get the break. Because if we break from here, we might get very good follow through. The bearish market structure is still intact. It's not the best entry down here, but we will see. Retest of the view up is gonna hold or not. Don't like this candle. Yes, also getting some buying. Let's see this. I don't like how close it came to my invalidation. The 5 minute is fighting here. This might take me. Yeah, this trade is stopped. Still, I think we are at such a critical level here. And if we start losing these lows again, I want to be in a short trade 100%. So let's wait for this next 5 minutes. It's closing above 7, let's say 785 can be bullish for at least a momentum trade. Let's see this close. Yeah, that might be interesting. Retracement into 785. It's a 5 minute reversal candle. For me, that's nice based off candle structure again. Wow, this volatility is really nice for scalp trades. Yes, not having it. Looks like Nvidia is leading the bounce here, more or less. Still only momentum trades for me. I would not look for day trades as of now. I can look to trail and everything, but this is too volatile. It's, yeah, to really decide on one direction, in my opinion. Testing NYVWAP as we speak. Node at 20,800. We need to close somewhere at around 810 for it to, yeah, give us some strength. So, yeah. Resistance is clearly this NYVWAP. This is where we also get some liquidity of 20, 26 contracts. Closing above 810 could be bullish on NQ, because then we would be claiming this level. Let's see, I can adjust this. See, risk is minimal on this. It's only $200. But this is now interesting if that's claimed. Might lock one. Does not hurt. And then just keeping the rest. But here you can see what's happening. This is very interesting. I said we need the break of 810, and this is where we get the follow through, as that was a very important note. So, yeah, we have to read the context there. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna trail it below the 1 minute low just because I would be annoyed if that is going back to break even. Aggressively following this now. Just below this 1 minute low, I'm placing my stop loss. So this is securing 640 on that trade. Now moving at even higher, because that's a nice move. 725 is locked. Perfect. This is going to be the next big resistance up here, 885. Gonna have a look at the chat to see how you're doing. Happy that I trailed my stop loss. We are already up nearly 11,000. It's okay. So let me see how the chat is keeping. Looking forward to the opening candle, yeah. What tool do you use? Where do you trade? I trade via AMP futures. Whoa, this is interesting price action. Via AMP futures. And I'm losing order flow. So this is Atas trading software here. I can trade and do my analysis with others. Did we reject off the NPOC around 20,000? I do have an NPOC above. So for me, there was an old an old key level. Trump talking shortly, yeah. Blessings. If you see yes or NQ on the daily, how much actual money is going on the trade? In terms of margin, it's only 1,000 margin per contract. Now I'm trading with 2 contracts, so yeah, not too much actually, but the position size is about 300. No, at this point I think it's 400,000 again, so at around 400,000 per contract. How do you, what is meant by 3 candle structure? Oh, this is a unique strategy that I built, which has increased my own performance by, I think it was 18%. And I also received outstanding feedback from our members saying that their trading leveled up greatly using the 3 candle method, which is just an entry confirmation method. Okay. Keep your comments coming. I will have a look at all of them when I have some time. I just want to have a look at B session open, which is going to be in 2 minutes. And for the first 30 minutes, I think we are up another $1,000, which is okay. Let's see if we can keep up with that. It's going to be very important once again to see where B session is going to open. Okay, so always keep an eye on the 30-minute session closes and where the new session is going to open, as that can have a profound impact on the markets. Where's BTC on the lower time frame? Also with the bounce here, holding these higher lows still. We can see that here. Just having a quick look. BTC retesting this trend line. I am only interested in a long trade if NQ closes a session above 20,800. Very important. Yeah, also ask me as many questions as you want. I can see a really good one from Daniel Squares. So I'm going to have a look at all of that also. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button to give us feedback if you like these live trading streams, if you want us to do that more often. If we are not closing above 20,800, as I said, I'm not taking the long trade, okay? Then I need more low time frame strength first. Looks like we're closing below. B session about to open in 5 seconds. New session open. Let's see. My favorite level up there. It's nice. I said no aggressive long trades if we can't open above, and we can see candle opened with an instant move lower first. Now we even get low time frame weakness here. Let's see. Okay, Yep, that's nice. ES looks like it wants to make a new low, if I'm honest. Would prefer that. And you can claim 20,800. I'd be interested in a long, else I'm staying patient. And this is the biggest level up here. 20,890 would be amazing. See if there's strength above or a rejection. This is resistance until claimed. Very important. Even interested in a scalp here. Yeah, it's my favorite level. The members know that. Oh, what a beautiful trade. Oof. Let me see. This is too quick even. Gonna... Oh, that was quick. Squeak allowing this room. At this point, I can use slightly bigger position size because yeah, up quite a bit. The next 5-minute close is gonna decide where we are heading. If we close below, that would be amazing. I might momentum short this if we can close below the VWAP on NQ. But 15 seconds. Can see this even shifted. Okay. Just changing the context a little bit. Can see that this key level changed a little bit because I marked it out 3 minutes before the close. So I am interested in a long trade if we retest 20,800, which we are doing now. Let's see. Okay, I'm in a long trade. Can decrease my risk a little bit. Need to hold here. We can make a new high. I would de-risk this trade. So I'm basically trading this flip right here. And I keep a low risk. Only risking, what is this? 200. Putting risk to break even now. Good one. Let's see, I can take one off. Because we have to take those profits. Back to here, last contract, keeping this one at break even to see if I can get follow through on this. Yeah, we have to see if I manage to stay in this trade because it's a tight stop loss. But if we get follow through, I wouldn't be surprised to see this tested. So, but yeah, this one might not hold. But yeah, there we go. Since we have Trump speaking and some nice volatility, I prefer to get in and out. Where are we sitting? 11.6, it's good. Just thinking here. Where my next scalp is going to be. Forming somewhat of a triangle on the lower time frames. Like this. Now, preferably for my next trade, I want to see it broken. So, can I have a look at the chat now? So, how do you balance being day trading at the same time conscious of swing trade positions? So for me, when it comes to the stock market, it's pretty easy. So my analysis is always the higher time frame first, then I'm going down to the lower time frames. And at some point I was like, yeah, since I am doing all of this analysis, I should 100% make use of this also with the correlations of Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft and everything. So I have to make best use of my time. So I am always interested in investing, buying these stocks as well. When it comes to BTC, I'm mostly interested in those swing trades, just because the fees are much higher on crypto. So I prefer to use that for high time frame plays. And yeah, I'm doing pretty well with that. What do you think about Daniel's current short on BTC? It was a good short trade. There was weakness coming in. He sniped the high of the move, but one has to understand there is a difference between a bias of prices likely to make a new high, but still making use of low time frame volatility. Okay, so sometimes I am taking trades, short trades, for example, although I'm ultimately expecting a new high to be made, but as a trader, we live for low time frame volatility, and that is what he was doing there. If he gets follow through, he's in that beautiful position of being in a long trade and a short trade at the same time. So, yeah, can't get better than that. I know you've not revealed the momentum strategy yet, but can I ask, is it to do with Crottius? It has to do with candle structure for sure. Why 20,800? I'm going to show you. At this point, it's even the daily point of control. We can see that 20,800. There was a large node here, and now it happened to be the point of control of this entire day. So this is why this was quite an important level. And we can just see the perfection of this level down here again. Look at this retest. I mean, yeah, this is some secret levels that we have. It's just a weapon, this level. Very nice. But yeah, that is why 20,800. Could you explain the significance? Yeah, this is the significance of 20,800. You can see that here. The claim gives follow through also. What levels are we looking at? Next level is this previous demand zone. Same for ES and NQ. Now we have momentum building to the upside. And this was, yeah, likely to happen after this reclaim. ES has unfinished lows though. This is something to be aware of. Thanks for the live stream. You're more than welcome. Are you using a signal from CCTR if given 30 candle formation or not needed? Do you use CCTR signals for everything? Anything? Yeah, I do check the CCTR. When it comes to the 30 candle entry, I prefer to look at buy blocks. Okay, but I covered everything in depth on my strategy lesson on the website. From your last public stream, is Popcat's trade still valid? We didn't get to the setup entry. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get my entry as well. So had to sit this one out. Sometimes that happens. If the retracement is not good enough, I always prefer to miss the trade as opposed to jumping in a trade that I don't like. I do market in and out, yes. Are you expecting a macro swing high soon on all markets? So for me, the market structure is super bullish on all assets. Until this changes, I'm expecting all-time highs, and this might be a good swing high. Why are you not trading gold at the moment? It's just something that I found out throughout my years of experience. It's always best if you focus on a couple of assets only. So for me, for example, I am pretty much in sync with NQ. So this is my favorite assets of them all. And if I mix in too many assets, I know all of these assets a little bit, but not as deeply as I know NQ, for example. And this is why I prefer to stick with a couple of assets only and swing trade those other assets. So for gold, for example, this might be interesting for swing trades or even building up an investment portfolio or physical gold, okay? But for scalp trades, I do like to stick with NQ, what I know best. Let's see if there's a trade to be had. We just got that new 5-minute open. We do have some low time frame support at 816. I'm gonna mark it out here to see if that level is gonna hold for a quick scalp trade. But yeah, previous highs already taken. Okay. Nice moves. Let's see the stocks. Microsoft at the previous week high. Apple above VWAP. Nvidia forming a range. Thanks for sharing all your knowledge and experience with us. You're more than welcome. Much appreciated. I always learn a lot from these streams. Amazing. That's great to hear. What are you looking now to long NQ? For a scalp trade, it would have been this previous buy block, but since we already see continuation to the upside, I will get more careful with the long trades. Would you entertain trades before London Open if it's a key level and given 3 candle? Yes, I would do that. In Asia session for me though, it's that I'm asleep at that time, so it's very unlikely that I'm taking trades in Asia session. So for watching CC streams and you guys give me the edge in my confidence, that's great. Yeah, that's amazing. We are coming into the VWAP anchored from the highs. See this here on the 5-minute. And ES coming into the previous demand zone. Stocks are also hitting some low time frame resistance. Preferably, I'd like to see another push above this high though on NQ. See the order flow for this. Yeah, this is too early to short for now. I don't like that we have not taken the highs. This would give me a better trade because I can see some local pullbacks, but this, okay, candle structure looks good to be fair, but I'm staying this one out. Yeah. I can see it reject here, but I'm just gonna stay out, preferably a move into these highs. Then we have liquidity above. This is 91 contracts above here. Again, we can see this right there. 90 contracts sitting at 850. What I'm going to do now is either wait for a push to the upside or see more local weakness for me to jump on a quick scalp trade. Okay. Which we might get 1 minute. This is an interesting zone here to see where we close that next candle. It's the risk. Yeah, it's quite a bit of a risk. This is 300 stop loss if I was to short this here. I just see this based off structure. I'm staying out though. Yeah, it looks okay. Let's check the 5-minute close. This might give me a trade then. Only 12 seconds. Retest of 830 could be interesting, but not too much room for this trade. Yeah, look at this. This is so beautiful. Three candle forming on the 5-minute. See a retest of 830. Might build a position here. In one contract, short. Moving into support already. I have to trail this. Can move it to break even now. Coming into support. This one I like to hold. If I'm lucky, I can stay in the trade. If I'm stopped at break even, that's fine for me. You can see the stocks pulling back. Can at least log tiny profits. Got some sales on ES as well. We can see this here. Coming into the point of control, and we get buying step in on NQ. Do I wanna? Nah, I wanna see follow through or be out for 115. I'm becoming more conservative with the TPs now because I had a good profit for the day already. This is good. We do need to see 800 lost. So let's have a look at this here. Okay, 800 has to be lost. This is support. Okay, now I'm trailing a little bit. It's gonna lock 250. This is a good close for continuation. Beautiful. Now I'm trailing even more. Might get me for 300. But if we move above this NY VWAP, I want to be out of this trade. So this is a good stop loss to be had down here. This was 100% a context-based short trade and candle structure. Okay, this now hit me. Look at this. That's why 20,800. Let's just draw a line here. 20,800. We can zoom in. This is where we get longs opening here, defending that level. If I did not trail the stop loss, I would be annoyed by my unrealized profits to vanish here. Even a scalp long trade is fine here, based off this. This would be a retest of MYVWAP, but yeah, 20,800. What a nice reaction at 20,800. Okay, for me, the next trades are only if we take the high or make a new low. I just don't think there's another good trade in between. So I might have another look at the chat and also look at some requested altcoins, because I'm at a pretty solid profit target for the day. Let's see if there's just one more trade. This is a good reaction. Nah, it would feel like forcing a trade if I was to look for a long trade in between here. It's not the best range, but yeah. Let's just wait for this close real quick. And it would have taken my stop loss at break even, so I'm pretty happy that I traded the stop loss the way I did. You can see Nvidia dropping here, leading to a rejection on NQ as well. Is this risk 280, 390? No, I'm gonna give it a second here before I jump into another trade. I want to see or get a better range, because then I have the trades that can potentially run longer. All right, so let's check this. Altcoin, beautiful one from the trade that I gave last week, 55% up. Let's see. Hey, Seth. What is the 3 candle confirmation pattern all talking about? Yeah, this is our secret weapon at CC. I do have my own scalping strategies that I developed throughout the years. And the 3 candle entry formation is one of them. If you ask me, obviously I'm biased because it's my own strategy. But for me, it's the best strategy I've ever seen. So yeah, I do really like it. I did like to know the 30 candle pattern too. It's a CC module on the website, yeah. It's my scalping strategy consists of 3 lessons. So this is how I'm building daily plans, how I'm entering my trades, what I'm looking at in order flow, everything from A to Z. And this includes the 3 candle strategy as well, which I taught in Dubai last year. Are we really getting interesting price action here again? Let me know in the chat, should I check NQ or stick with altcoins? I don't know what to do next, because that looks very interesting here. Can you look at ENA? More of a personal question. Can you share any story of a low point and a high point that shaped your trading journey? That is a really good question, and that's what we typically do in our roundtable streams. This is where we cover these types of subjects. I do see good candle formation here. That's where we cover these type of topics, and I think we covered something like this already. But let me think about it. Maybe I can share something here as well. Great candle formation. See if we can get follow through or not. Good close. Good one. Nice one. Another 500 unrealized. It's decent. We made a new low. Same on ES. Didn't I told you that ES is going to make a new low? I am not surprised whatsoever. The probability of this, believe me or not, is actually 80 or was 88%. And that is a good one. So I am locking another 440. Let's trail above this right here. This is another 500 in the bank. We might bounce here because there is some liquidity sitting there. So it doesn't hurt to trade the stop loss. And this once again, surprise, surprise, momentum trading, candle formation and everything. This is just in these type of market environments. This is why you see me take these trades, use different position size, scalp a lot, because I just know how these candles form. So this is another 900 on the strobes. 675 is guaranteed. About to open a new 5-minute candle here. Here we go. Nice one. Nice one. Candle formation on this one with a close below VWAP. I do have a playbook for this pattern, by the way, and the probability for this setup to play out was, I think it is 78% for this exact formation. All we need to know is a level like a VWAP. We need to understand what a supply and demand zone is. We add that with candle formation, and we take the profits to the bank. So this was lovely. Now we again have 88% probability to make a new low on NQ and ES. New low made, 88% probability, check. What about ES? 88% probability, check. Okay, people, you can see that here, started to look for long trades, which is the stupid, it's just a stupid idea. If you don't know about these statistics, yeah, then you're going to lose money. But we, as educated traders, knew this candle is going to make a new low. 88% probability, you know that. Would you then still take a long trade? I would not. So this is just something I don't like to fade. Okay, so next momentum trade would be the retest of 723. If we just check, what about this uptrend anchored VWAP? This is the daily VWAP, which is lost. No, we are below everything, so continuation is likely. Okay. I would not long this. Also, since we opened, made them low first, didn't retest, I'm not showing the retest here as we speak. So I have to look at something else, because we do have this entire impulse to fill. This is another move of 400 ticks, so I just have to look at this now. See, what is this doing? All I can do is candle structure for now. Let me see if there's something I can do. Stock still pulling back. Are we at any support? We are at an old value area high on ES. Sometimes price likes to bounce off of these levels, so I would not short this just down here. Just have to wait for closes at least, because this is sometimes what you will find. There was zero reaction on the way above, or on the way into that level, but on the retest sometimes we get this type of reaction here. So just staying cautious for a little bit. I'm just gonna have a look at this price action here for a second before I move to the altcoins. And yeah, what is the 88% probability? That's the secret. It's the secret sauce. Can be applied on every asset, by the way. A nice support coming in here on ES, beautiful. Getting a 3 candle on NQ. There's momentum trading opportunity if we retest 717. Already moving past it. 717, let's see. Okay, into it now. Just 717, as I said, to the tick. Look at this, 717. These ain't bad. Just gonna lock one. Oof, this is momentum trading, I just love it. Why 717? Is there a statistic? Probably. Probably there is. But yeah, that was just a quick move of another, where are we sitting at? 12,700. So now I can look at some altcoins. So let's have a look at the chat. Nice one. GG's NQ, very clear. Alts, please go with the altcoins BTC pullback. Yeah, let's see BTC first. So where are we sitting on it? Oh, nice one on BTC. We are breaking the trend line. So I'm gonna place, oh, my alert is already placed, but this is gonna be interesting if we can move into 102,000. So for the one asking whether Daniel's short trade was a good idea or not, well, there is your answer. So from his entry, I think it's down where we are now, 2% on a day. That's not bad. Not too bad. So now I'm gonna check ENA, because I saw that in the chat. ENA had a nice sign of strength here, because I can see I've been looking at this. First of all, I think most of you saw my strategy on YouTube, but I have to build some context first. Okay, so for this right here, what are we doing on ENA? We have taken this nice liquidity zone at around 0.2557. This was a nice SFP, changed market structure, done the retest. So another nice move to the upside. So for me, it's always about liquidity, as you know, when it comes to altcoins. I would say the liquidity down here is taken. Now we have to identify where's the next liquidity zone in this area. So if you ask me, there's potential to grab some liquidity at around 0.5. This liquidity isn't even taken. So that's interesting. Moving into the analysis here to be aware of that. Do have a weekly, but that's very far away. Wouldn't like this to come all the way down to 0.28, as that would be a little bit more bearish. Oh yeah, this is going to be massive resistance here. I'm going to place an alert for this actually. Let's check this massive range. I want to include all of this just to see where are we in relation. That's even the point of the value area high. Okay, yeah, biggest resistance on ENA, and we know sometimes it acts like a magnet. Biggest resistance 0.5. So we are above the point of control. About this range, just this local. It's very difficult in terms of any confluences for this to get into a trade if it's not momentum trading. Nice impulse. One and only level is this. Losing the range point of control, massive range point of control, is actually very bearish. The only way I could see a trade, or for me, since I'm not positioned on ENA, the only way for me to take a trade here would be grab the liquidity into this anchored VWAP, show me strength, reclaim the point of control, and then I could look for a long trade after a sign of strength. Okay, so this is what I'd be looking at on ENA. Interesting price action, to be fair. So this is something, so when I see this and the analysis that I done here, this is something I would keep an eye on. I would be interested because this is a nice supply zone, big range point of control. Also thinking about this in terms of volume theory again. Claiming the point of control would have a target of the value area high. This is why we have liquidity and nice resistance. So that's interesting. Okay. Flocky, 80N. Yeah, for this 88% probability, this is exclusive for our members, because this is the strategies that we share for our community day in and day out. So yeah, we have to keep it as that. Would you manually close a 3 candle with so many candles if not follow the? Sometimes yes, if I'm boxing price in. See a nice bounce on NQ. Let me just look at this real quick, and then I'm going to check Flocky. This is an interesting place. And look how beautiful ES has done this level here. Many people probably ask themselves, so why at 5,806? This is because we had a naked value area high at this level. So I can see link. I'm gonna have statistics as everything. Yes, statistics are very important. Yeah, we might not get the retest there, so As long as we don't do that, I'm gonna have a look here to see some requests for this post. So what else do we have? This one is a link, so premium flow. I'm gonna check link for you. And NQ with this nice run up. Before I check link, let's have a look at this. I would prefer for it to hit the view up. Just checking to see if I'm gonna take a scalp trade here. Before I check link, the view up is now hit. ES is also coming into a nice resistance. So now it's about candle formation. Too strong to take a short trade yet, not shorting this. No short trades yet for me. Okay. Retesting the key level again. The buying is still here. So if we look at positive delta, we had 180, 274, 276, still 230-ish up here. So we need the context to shift first before jumping into any short trades when seeing strength, okay? This is a close above VWAP. My one and only short trade would be the loss of VWAP and then the retest. So up here, I'm not taking a short trade. And we're coming into, oh, we have 2 more minutes for this 5 minute to close. So still a bit of time. Let's see if we get the loss of VWAP. 1.5 minutes, preferably we get this closing below. Okay, so always the higher the time frame, the more significance it holds. That's why I'm always looking at the 5 minute and do think it's more important than the 1 minute, although my entries are based off the 1 minute most of the time. This is where I'm looking at for context building. Only if this 5 minute closes below the VWAP, I could attempt a short trade. "40 seconds, let's see. We can see a fight happening here. So bulls want to push it above this daily point of control. Bears try to defend it. This is very likely to see that here. Let's see who wins. Once again, no short trades for me if we close above the VWAP. And that's going to be a close above, so price wants to go higher, and for me there's no short, so I can check link. Even a retest could be interesting. Yeah, not taking this. It's link, this one. So on link, I was interested in a swing long a while back actually, and this was down here. Let me see. This was the swing long because we did have the beautiful confluence down here. The confluence was a monthly and a weekly level. So this is from one of my altcoin weekly updates over on our website, doing that weekly. The next one is going to be on Thursday. And there, I was looking at this trade right here. So from entry, this is up 50%. Not bad. This was also the previous range point of control. So the only thing I can do here is either momentum trade this to the upside or look for the next resistance. So let's do that first. Yeah, obvious. It's the weekly. Oh, yeah. $19 on Link. Massive resistance. We have to see if it wants to grab liquidity. So this is more of a zone, but this is very, very, very big resistance on Link. Very big. See if there's something here. Weekly. Seems to be an interesting weekly. It's also a daily. Let's analyze this. Yeah, oh yeah, this is it. So on Link, I'm placing an alert for $14 to see what we're doing here. If we maybe something along these lines. This is an interesting play. So what I'm doing on Link is just boxing price in. I do see massive resistance above, and this is good day trading support below. The swing trade was down here. This can either be a compound or a day trade, but I would not place a swing trade here with an invalidation of 27% on Link. Nevertheless, interesting level. Rejecting 20,800 again on NQ. Still a massive note. It's the risk here, $200. Don't like to short above this key level and all of this. Let's see if there's more weakness coming, but look at the importance of 20,800. Thinking a step ahead, I'm trying to see where a potential short trade could be context-wise. This would probably only be a close below 786 on the 5-minute. Only if the 5-minute closes significantly below 785, I would think about taking a short trade. But up here, this is too aggressive for my way of trading. We are around the 7.5, so we are at good price location. This is something to be aware of. Let's see the 5-minute. So the 5-minute would have to close somewhere down here, but we only have 20 seconds to go, so it would have to be a quick drop now. So get a few shorts opening. Might not be enough. So, okay. Okay, there we go. Let's have a look at this 5-minute. That tends to happen within the last seconds if there's a fight between bulls and bears, but still not enough to close up below here. Well, it's interesting to see. So for me, no short trades yet. Can see a little bit more weakness. Now locally, I would have to see 785 lost still, close at least a 1 minute below. Then I can take a short trade, else I have to wait. See, sell is stepping in. You check dot. So on Link, this was just the zone I was looking at on the monthly and weekly. I'm always waiting for candle closes before I take trades when it comes to swing trading. But yeah, for Link, this was pretty much the same. So this was the predefined level I was looking at down there, but it doesn't mean that this is my exact entry because I'm not presetting these levels. Let's see if we get weakness now. Still fighting with this level. Getting some sales, we need the close still. Close below 785. Only then I would attempt shorts. Close above on the 1 minute. But it's starting to fight here. Starting to fight some weakness. We can see this 334 negative delta, still shorts coming in. Not enough follow through or umph on these shorts, but we will see. Still not closing below. So interesting to see the fight at around this level, which is actually something I like, because now let me show this on the 1 minute time frame. When you see something like this forming, this is just giving you so much information of as long as we are trading inside, there's no trade for me to be had. There's no short trade here and there's no long trade below. However, when momentum trading, there is two things that might happen. Either we get a bullish candle closing above this supply zone, then do the retest, I can look for a momentum-based long trade. Same to the downside. If we start to see weakness, close down here, retest, I can look for the short trade. As long as we stay inside, it is a 50-50 for me. So let's wait and see. It looks like it's breaking to the upside. We get the close above. Momentum trading would be to wait for this retest to enter long. Target could be up here. Is this 90 contract still up there? 5 minute candle closing soon. I am not entering before we get the close. It's the retest of the supply now and the point of control. Look at how well that's respected. Okay, this is once again momentum trading in between 50-50, get the break, better probabilities. And that in itself, for the ones who are trading NQ, they know it, but this is $265 move if one was to preset this level, and you can see continuation. At least a new high there, right? So this is $340 with this momentum trade if anyone took it. So pretty impressive. So let me know if you have any further questions. So I might take a break now. I'm pretty happy with what I made today. Not gonna chase any trades here for now. And Yeah. Just staying for a couple more minutes to see if there's something. So I might look at one altcoin more, and during this time you have the time to ask me questions. What do we have? AVAX. On AVAX, we're also in a swing trade from the altcoin stream on that daily, so we needed the reclaim of this low. Next liquidity is also at this anchored viewer, but I do think the biggest resistance for this one is at this previous range value area low. Let's see if there's a higher low type of trade. Gonna hide this. Have a weekly. All these altcoins look similar. Okay, there's a monthly. That might be good. I'm gonna hide all of this. And once again, in terms of context, this low looks good. The liquidity is taken. Okay. Next zone of liquidity would be around this anchored VWAP. I like to see this taken. Gonna place an alert for this as that's nice resistance. Okay. Wow. AVAX on a retest of and this liquidity. Wow. The way I would like to trade this is an SFP down here into the monthly, and I would be super interested in a long trade down here, taking the liquidity and then this. That would be my best trade on AVAX, $19, no, 18.5. All right. Let me have a look at the chat. How long am I a full-time trader? Let me think. So since 21, this is now, yeah, 4 years. 4 years full-time trading. Never looked back. Loving it. Oh, are you getting nice weakness? Oh, that's actually, let me just check this once again. Momentum trading potential again. If this 5-minute closes bearish, a retest of VWAP is going to be amazing. And we also have a new session opening soon. Okay, so this would be 785 still. Let's see this 5-minute close. Five-minute closes bearish. Let's see if we get. Okay, nice. It just works like clockwork. Was 88% probability for this candle to make a new low. Great. So retesting this box. What are the stocks doing? We have Apple pretty bearish. It's just amazing how that works. Just gonna choke this trade because I'm wrapping it up soon. But this was already a beautiful reaction. So let's see if we can. Oh, all right. Close to the lower. Let's see. Still a good level, but I want to wrap it up. CS, where are we? Just gonna see this. Get some buying. 785. Okay. Oh wow, this is interesting. The only conflicting sign here is that ES is at support with this VWAP, and this key level. There was a big short open here at market, 167 lots. Let's see if we get an interesting formation here. Not yet. Let's wait. Pepe, I did analyze in, I think it was my last YouTube swing trading stream. Yeah. What terminal am I using? It is ATAS trading software. Which headphones? Still the Sony WX, I don't know which generation. Wait to look. You can use the PVP so the PVP indicator for every session point of control. Thank you, Chan. I took my family. Seth, can you please recommend a way to log in the... Oh yeah, already done that. What did you do before that? I was working a corporate job in consulting. So yeah, I actually had to do with derivatives. Now I'm trading derivatives. Back in the day, I was doing consulting work on futures, options, forwards, and everything that had to do with corporate treasury solutions. How old were you when you became a full-time trader? So I'm now 27. So I was 23. I was pretty young, yeah. What is your yellow VWAP anchor? This is the daily VWAP, so the session VWAP. You made a YouTube video about CRV last week. This is still valid, yeah. The momentum trading on CRV is still something I'm interested in. Yeah. Let's just see this 5-minute close. It's a bullish close. I'm not trying to short any of this. Some pullbacks on stocks now. Interesting price action again. We have volatility picking up on the stock, so I'm just gonna check this again. Three minutes to go. Might have momentum trading on a retest of 771 if we get a close below. Need 20 seconds to see. 772. Let's just say 772 because there's liquidity below us. But we need a close below, otherwise. Close right at it. No shorts for me. Now my camera just died. Second. Let's see if we, yeah, there we are. It's too close. Okay, still looking if I can take one more scalp trade here potentially. You know, I wanted to wrap it up already, but do have the volatility. Close below 771 would be momentum lower. So close above 793 would be momentum up. I have these are some templates. Why the weekly is yellow? This is just a configuration thing. You can customize the VWAPs how you want. How long is the break you're taking between trading LSE Open and NY Open? At least 2 hours. So in the morning, I'm always going to the gym after I was trading for 2 hours. Then I'm taking a break and yeah. Is Atas paid? Yes, Atas is paid, but we do have a deal with Atas, so you can get a discount if you check our website. So any more quick trade opportunities? Yeah, I'm checking here if we can close below 772. This is where you can see it. Joe Dispenza is amazing, I agree. Have you been to a Joe Dispenza event? Not yet, no, not to an event. Only done his meditations, podcasts, and everything. Just hit the monthly open on BTC and bounced. Nice. Yeah, but the liquidity is below. I wouldn't long BTC where we are now. Let's go smash the, yeah, let's smash the likes for this stream. I think it was a pretty good one. I agree. Here we're looking for someone. Please show the screen when you. Yeah, we can wait for a trading opportunity here. As I said, the level is still down here. I'm always showing which context I'm building. I need the close below this level. New 5-minute open. And everything I'm covering here is obviously no financial advice and just for educational purposes only. This would be my last trade if we can lose this for now. So we started the stream on, let's just see this real quick. Started the stream with about 9,800 profits. Now we're sitting at 12,600. So this is about 3,000 profits in, what is it? 2 hours, which is not bad. Yeah, we kind of hold here. So this is the momentum levels. In between, it's a 50-50 for me. My P&L over the stream was 3,000 more or less, so 2,700 or something. Contracting here. See if we can get the break, and then I'm wrapping it up. Yeah. It's also getting to a time and place in the day where the markets typically slows down for a little bit. So let's see. Let's see if we can get the break. We would need a clean break above for momentum trading. So it's not clean above. It's more or less within. It's trying, not enough. Yeah. All right, I think that's going to be it for today. So I hope you all enjoyed this live trading stream. This is going to be it. This is what we do every single day on the website. Yeah, this is what we do every day. So if you are interested in these types of live streams, check out our service on the website. It is, in my opinion, incredible, the value, knowledge, and insights offered there. So, do you have bags? Or yes, I do have long-term investments. Most of my profits go into long-term investments. I don't understand. You don't have a followers here so much better than all the live trading. Yes, I'm also surprised why people follow these people that don't even trade. Okay. I do share strategy statistics in the membership. Yes, I do. It was amazing. Wait for the next one. All right, perfect, guys. Then see you all in the next live trading streams and see the rest over on the website. So have a great rest of the day and bye-bye.